We can
And
see
that's why
that.
the legal system is bullshit. Oh, wait, hold on. What just happened? Wait a
Well,
minute.
listen, to your point, and wait, they just missed that epic legal debate we were having on Obamacare and the legal system and
Well-
why God doesn't exist and
Oh, please, Lyle.
Lyle,
God-
I do. I agree with every point that you made about how world peace is attainable.
Listen, Lyle, we all know
Meta-
God is as fake as pro wrestling, so let's not go ahead and ting.
I did like earlier how Lyle was like talking about how people put up tweets like Kessel is good, Kessel is God, which are really the same tweet, just one is autocorrected.
As this one was incorrectly spelled. Yeah. Somebody forgot to add an O in that Kessel is God one. But anyway. But yeah. Now the only one yeah.
I think when we left off, Johnny, you said, but Lyle said got caught on to the.
It was right. From what I saw, it just dropped all of a sudden right after Lyle basically said, "I hope he gets sued." It was like, boop.
Good. Okay. Well, that's perfect timing because
and he drops the mic. Yes.
drop the mic and everyone leaves.
Yes.
So I think what we should do is go to Mark's point, what was your point, Mark, about Twitter?
I was just saying that 10 years ago, this would have never happened, ever. Like, 10 years ago, and I wish this was still. The parts of me wish that this world still existed, where nobody gave a shit about the fans. All-Star. I mean, let's not
you're
nobody gave a
absolutely
shit
correct.
about the fans. But, like All-Star voting. All right, let's go back 20.
Yeah.
All-Star voting. The fans are idiots. And
Yeah.
This is the discussion that I always wind up bringing up Men in Black for, is the All-Star discussion.
Oh, and
fans are idiots.
I know we're going to hear it. What makes you guys think you're better?
I am.
Because we know we are.
That too.
But
No,
your
but
point is right.
I'm not saying that fans shouldn't have a say in anything. It's just let the people who actually understand what a good hockey player is and what a great half a season is choose the 50 people or so that wind up getting into the All-Star game, and then let the fans choose who gets to start. Like, all right, here are your teams. Choose who gets to start.
10 years ago,
Yeah.
where the fans are idiots. When
But-
the
yeah.
Vote for Rory campaign happened, that was like
Or-
2006, 7.
It's 2007, and then 2009 when Montreal was it 09 or 2010 when the Habs fans went and stuffed the ballots so that the entire starting
Same with
lineup
the Ottawa
was
fans.
all the Habs.
Right, and people
Yeah.
got voted in that didn't even deserve
that
to be
didn't
there.
deserve to be there.
So
Yep.
that my point is, let people choose the All-Stars, and then let the fans choose the starters.
It's like it's like exactly. You have here's 50 names. These are the guys that are going to the All-Star game. Now pick your starting lineups.
Right.
Captains. Just let them
Because
pick the two captains.
Well, here's
Or
the
six
Yeah.
captains.
Yeah, vote for who you want to see as the captain. Doesn't matter if it's the least talented guy on the team. What the hell? It's the All-Star game. Nobody
problem
takes that
is
shit
this,
seriously.
that everyone wants to be this, futon activist.
Mhm.
And they think, oh, if we stuff the ballot, we'll be sticking it to the NHL when Zemnis Girgenson's starting.
Mm.
Okay, what is that like? First,
Well,
off,
that was
the
more of a
timing-
that was more of a country actually stuffing
Well,
the ballot.
And that was awesome.
But even so, even
it
so,
was seven other Blackhawks got chosen too.
yeah,
It was seven-
like that was ridiculous. That was ridiculous. And
I mean, everyone wants to be a car gangster, as the kids like to say. You talk shit big on Twitter, you're a Twitter gangster.
Yep.
You talk a big game, but when you get out in person, you couldn't be more meek.
yep.
And I mean, like, the thing is there are people who are loud and boisterous on Twitter, and that's their personality in real life. And I can respect that, but it's just these Twitter gangsters who think they can get away with shit. The hell with this kid. Let him learn a lesson, even if it scares let it go through litigation, and then see how this whole pans out. So he sees the system, and then maybe he gets a nice little change and goes on a little talking tour where he just goes to schools and just said, listen, Twitter is not a thing that you can just go ahead and say things. He becomes a motivational speaker and tells people, hey, you're better than this. Maybe go outside for 25 minutes.
Right.
Yeah.
So ultimately, my point is that I hope that there's some sort of ebb and flow to this situation. Like
Have
yes,
the run like butter. Sorry.
have TV, radio, have they learned their lesson to not let the general public be on their broadcast yet?
No.
Like,
Because calling shows
come
have been a thing since
on.
the
No.
80s.
Who in what world do they think TSN? Does TSN think that people are going to stop watching their network because they don't let tweets on their television show?
But see,
that's
yeah.
absurd. Like,
They're
why are you doing
trying
this?
to be hip, and they're
This.
trying to be hip and catchy and everything like that, and it's just like that's not why we're watching your program. I was, for the first time ever, watching, because I always preferred watching TSN on the trade, during the trade deadline and during free agency, because I'm sorry, Sportsnet, but TSN breaks more deals than Sportsnet does, and I think their coverage is better. At least I did.
Their personalities are pretty.
Yeah. At least I did till this year. This year, these guys, I don't know what the hell was going on. I mean, with the silly stunt with the friggin' llamas, to when they called Chad Johnson. Now here's the thing: when they called Chad Johnson, who was traded from the Islanders to the Sabres, and basically it was like, so how do you think? What do you think about going to a team that's tanking? I mean, Johnson was upset. He called that interview disrespectful. He was not pleased with the tone, of that interview. And I don't blame him. I mean, it's bad enough he's going from a team that's, some people are talking about as a cup contender to, to a team that's the worst in the league. I mean, that's bad enough. But I mean, listen, he's in the NHL. He's happy to play, and like he said, he'll go and he'll make the best of it. He's living the dream. He's playing in the NHL, so he's going to go and make the most of it. But to turn around and be put on the spot like that, I mean, yeah, that was pretty disrespectful. And then that whole thing with the tweet and
Stewart.
Yeah, well, the Chris Stewart thing, I mean, that was Chris Stewart hadn't heard yet. The team hadn't called him, so that's not somebody that's kind of at fault. That sort of thing's happened before. It was just like, you've been traded to the Minnesota Wild. Oh, okay. But that was okay. It wasn't that. But it was just that other stuff, and then of course with the Lupul tweet and that garbage. It was like, for the first time, I was really disappointed in TSN, and you could tell Bob McKenzie was not having a good time. Bob McKenzie is the most respected insider in the NHL, and you could tell he was sitting there, and you could tell he was not having fun. He was not enjoying this. It's just like, this is childish here. We're supposed to be breaking news, not farting around. They didn't stoop to the level of the infamous Sportsnet frat party of 2007. I mean, that's still below the all-time low bar. But, this was the first time I have to say I was disappointed in TSN's coverage. I really was.
And they still trounced the shit out of Sportsnet.
Yeah, they still did. Well,
206,000 compared to 76,000.
Yep.
Like that's a lot of boy.
Well, that's brand loyalty. It's brand loyalty. But TSN had better, I think that they're professional enough. They'll learn their lesson from this and turn it around. And next year we're not going to see the stupid stunts and things like that. And they definitely won't be letting live tweets on anymore. But this is the first time I have to say the rest of their coverage, their news breakage, I thought that it was still first rate. But the antics and all that other, the sideshow, we didn't need it. I know you guys are trying to kill time. I get that it's tough to do, especially on a trade deadline like this one. Good Lord, where pretty much all the names were gone by the time the day started. But you don't need to stoop to such sophomoric antics. You really don't.
Do you think that happened because we had a weekend right before the trade deadline?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, we normally have a weekend before the trade deadline, but
I mean,
much more so. Yeah.
Normally on a Monday, though, isn't the trade deadline normally in the middle of the week?
It's usually a Tuesday or a Wednesday. Typically, typically last year was a Tuesday, and the year before was a Wednesday, I believe, and it had been Wednesdays for quite a while, if memory serves. I
feel like that Saturday, Sunday, 2 days before the trade deadline was basically like the GM's going, okay, I'm going to work as hard as I can for the next 2 days, and if I need to do something on Monday, I might work.
Well, I think Oh, go ahead, Scotty.
I was going to say, and Brad Treliving was on a radio show in Toronto yesterday talking about that, and he said basically a lot of the GMs want to get their stuff done as early as possible so they don't have to deal with it, and they just sit back and watch these the talking heads flounder around.
Tell her I hope her leg's feeling better.
Lyle says he hopes your leg's feeling better from the electroshock that you gave it. It's not. It's not.
Oh.
It hurts even more.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
But then again, she fell walking into the apartment because of the ice I was just talking about.
Ice, baby.
That was in part 1 of the podcast.
Ah, that was part 1, yes. But
anyway, sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, no, hey, no. But yeah. I think though what really happened, what really messed this one up too, was the Vermette trade happened on Friday night, and or Saturday night, sorry. The Vermette trade happened on Saturday night. And that was, like, we always hear talk of, well, this is the trade that are going to send the dominoes falling. That was the trade that sent the dominoes falling. When Vermette got dealt on Saturday night, it was just like boom, 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 boom. All the, most of the names, what few there were actually gone, So by Friday, there was hardly anything. I mean, we did get surprised. The only real surprise was the Wisniewski trade right at the very last minute.
Yeah.
But other than that, this was a pretty. Yeah, there were a lot of quite a few players moved, but this definitely lacked the pizzazz. And it's like I said, I commented on my Twitter feed at the time. I said, if the Vermette deal and Glenn Cross and Cole and the Clarkson for Horton thing, and the Habs trading for Devontae Smith-Pelly and all that. If all of that had happened on deadline day, we'd all be sitting there going, wow, what a busy deadline. Wow, that was really, really busy. So I would say that this was, while it was a lame deadline day, I would say it was a good deadline week.
Mm-hmm. Overall, it was good. And let's get to that. Before that, real quick, we talked earlier about breaking news. Clarkson out 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Another trade inquiry. Brent Conley of the Boston Bruins broke his hand. He is out for 6 weeks. And Tim Jackman, not a trade deadline deal, but he's out 4 to 6 weeks as well for the Anaheim Ducks. But Lyle, we talked about the one thing I think probably was the catalyst for everything, or at least the most talked about thing before deadline day. David Clarkson for Nathan Horton. They said it couldn't be done. They said it wouldn't be done. But boy, howdy, did they get that albatross of the contract off of their books and onto Columbus's books, and vice versa. Columbus gets an albatross and then gives the Maple Leafs some cap relief there. Everything was happening Thursday because that happened, and then that was right before or right after the Yager trade, where Yager moved to the Panthers.
Yeah, exactly. But this just goes to show, I mean, okay, I read somebody where one of the pundits had said, well, the Clarkson trade shows that there's no such thing as an untradeable contract. And it's like, well, okay, I will concede the point that there's no such thing as an untradeable contract, but let's just say there are contracts that are very, very difficult to move. And the only reason the Leafs were able to move that deal was because Jarmo Kekalainen, I just love saying Kekalainen, Jarmo Kekalainen. But Jarmo Kekalainen, who's the general manager of the Blue Jackets, picked up the phone and called Dave Nonis and said, basically he was the one who pitched the deal. It was Kekalainen in Columbus. I mean, a lot of people, initially when I heard this, I mean, I was full of praise for Dave Nonis, going, wow, geez, he just pulled off, an amazing, amazing move. And then it turned out, no, that was Jarmo Kekalainen who picked up the phone, called Nonis, and said, we want to look, Nathan Horton's probably never going to play again.
Me right effing now.
Yeah, we're a budget. Yeah, it's like we're a budget team. We got to have if we're going to pay a player a lot of money, he's got to be playing. So, you've got a contract you want to move.
Okay.
we've got a player here who's never going to play again. Probably you guys are going to, you guys are going to, you guys got a contract you want to move. We got a guy that we want to get rid of here because he's hurting. You guys can afford to pick up that contract and carry it on long-term injured reserve. So why don't we do this deal? And it took Dave Nonis all of a half an hour because, of course, he has to go through Brendan Shanahan now first before he makes his deals. So it took a half an hour, and then bang, it got done. It was actually done at 3:30 in the afternoon, but they held on and waited until the evening, so for kind of maximum impact here, for to make the news deadlines.
They really Wilson Phillips that thing.
Whoa, boy, howdy. Yeah.
As we go there.
But the bottom line, what I'm trying to say very quickly is that's what it takes. If you want to move a toxic contract, you got to take another one back in return.
Exactly, dollar for dollar.
Dollar for dollar, kids. Dollar for dollar.
Dollar bill, y'all, son. Moving on, Friday. Only one move, but it was an interesting one that I thought. The Chicago Blackhawks acquired Kibo Timonen from the Flyers for picks. A lot of conditional picks this year. First, I'll say that and get that out of the way.
Sure.
It should have been brought to you by Pantene Pro V. Ha! Anyway, the point is this: Kiko Timonen. Thank you, Johnny. Kiko Timonen, brought to you by Pantene Pro V. There, he's coming off of the whole blood clot thing. And for a team like the Blackhawks who are already pushing the cap, that to me got me stroking my goatee in a insightful manner. Like, this is quite interesting, I must say. Is this just leadership, or is this just depth, or what happened?
What happened? Well, you got to remember that the Blackhawks had faced Timonen, yeah, the same country, They all kind of sound the same with that musical lilt to the name. But no, they played against Timonen in the 2010 playoffs, so they remember what he's capable of. He's a depth guy. I mean, he's not going to be top pairing. He's not going to be second pairing. He's definitely the third pairing guy, but he's depth. He's experience. On a team that's got plenty of leadership, but he brings leadership in there as well. And this was a deal they could afford to make. I mean, with Patrick Kane going on LTIR for the rest of the regular season, that freed up about $6 million cap space, so they could afford to bring in a guy like Timonen, a guy they respect, and then turn around and go out and swing that deal for the most pursued player in the trade market, which was Antoine Vermette.
How many guys can you have on LTIR?
All of them?
I don't think that there's any set number that you can't have. I mean, serious injuries happen. You can't turn around and go, okay, you got 3 guys, that's your limit. Oh, a 4th guy got serious. Oh, I'm sorry, you can't put him on. No. I mean, if it's a serious injury, I don't think there's any limit.
Because I'm waiting for the day a team just loads up on guys and puts them on LTIR, and then the playoff happens.
They all come back.
In the Wild West, and you go ahead and you got an all-star team because
you got a superstar lineup sitting there ready to go. Yeah.
That's the next thing Brian Burke is going to do.
That would be hilarious. It'd be amazing if it happened, actually. Well, and that's the other good thing too. Is this was the thing you were hearing Blackhawks fans were saying afterwards. It's like, yeah, it sucks losing Patty Kane for the rest of the regular season, But the silver lining to the whole thing was it freed up the cap space so that they can bring in additional experienced depth. Then the playoffs start, cap space no longer an issue anymore because, remember, salary don't count once the playoffs start. So that's why you always see teams bringing up guys from the minors to have just in case with injuries. Okay, so Patty Kane comes back. If the Blackhawks, they're expecting Kane should be back maybe early May. They were saying 12 weeks at the most. So that puts the time frame about early May. I figure the Blackhawks should still be, barring a massive upset, they should still be playing then. So they'll have Timonen and Vermette, and then Kane comes back, and that just gives them, another level of depth. So,
internet prognostication on my behest. First game
do that on your own time, Scotty.
Hey, right? Listen, I'll do it on
you
the
and your $5 words.
It's the blue hours, son. If I was green, I would die. No. First game back for Patrick Kane. NHL.com headline, Raising Kane. Mark
Yes.
it down in the books.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yep. Oh yeah. Yep.
That should be obvious, but I just wanted that out.
I got one better.
Oh, what do you got, Mark?
I think I know what it is. There it is.
Kane
Kane
is
Abel.
able.
Hey!
That was good. I like
for
that
the
one.
win. For the win.
Bravo,
That
sir.
one is much
Bravo.
more. Yes.
Don't know how to mute your microphone, but you know how to come up with a good line.
Yeah, I've been going back and forth.
What about Rosebud?
Spoiler
An
alert,
obscure
Johnny.
reference,
Come on,
but I
man.
like it. An obscure reference, I like.
You can't
As a
just
movie
say
fan, I like it, Johnny. I like it.
You gotta give a spoiler alert when you do stuff like that.
But I didn't give any other context.
He didn't. He didn't give anything away.
He scores 2 goals. Big Red Machine. Kane. Big Red Machine.
Okay.
I'll give you a minute.
For some reason, my mind went to the '75 Cincinnati Reds. I don't know why. I forgot all about.
Johnny Bench. No, it's a good.
I forgot all about. Yeah, late '90 Kane. Yeah, WWE Kane. Yeah, the Big Red Machine.
You're not the only one, Lyle.
Yeah. Well, see, because I'm starting to look forward to baseball season starting again. So right away, my mind's going to say Big Red Machine. I'm like, why? Why is that the 1975 Cincinnati Reds? I don't know.
Johnny
Oh,
Bench, right.
wrestling, chokeslam. Gotcha. You're right.
Still there. He's wearing dress slacks now. It's great.
Oh yeah. Ugly.
He's getting closer and closer to Dr. Isaac Yankem every day.
He's reverting back to his beginning. It begins.
It begins. Isaac Yankem.
Oh,
Oh man.
The weekend, Caps made a couple trades. Timmy Gleason coming over from the Carolina Hurricanes for Jack Hillen and a pick, and then the big one, Curtis Glencross going to the Caps for a 2nd and 3rd round pick,
Mm-hmm.
which I think kind of affordable for a guy like Glencross. I kind of like that move.
You kind of like that move?
I kind of like that move. You didn't give up Forsberg. Yeah.
No. Oh, well, in the context, in that context, absolutely,
I'm on a
it's a
Forsberg
good
scale
move.
right now.
In that context, yes.
Context of doing nothing for Forsberg. Yes, that was a good.
in the context of making a deadline deal where you bring in a player and you don't trade away your fucking top prospect, yes, that's a good trade.
I'm more upset with the Gleason for Hillen move. To be
Couldn't
quite
George
honest.
McPhee have made both of those trades, though?
Yes, he could have.
Yeah.
Yes, he
I mean,
could.
they're the same
Yes,
damn trades
he
the
could
Caps
have, and
been
he
making
would've.
for the last 4
Yeah.
years.
Yeah,
And here's the thing. I got some flack for this when on my latest Bleacher Report slideshow. I got 8 carousels, kids. Hunker down. Here we are at the Grand Canyon. But in my latest Bleacher Report slideshow, where I ranked the 5 best and 5 worst trades of the deadline, the Glencross trade I ranked is one of the worst, and I will explain to you why. Neither team addressed their immediate needs.
No.
Okay? What have we been talking about for the Capitals for months? They need depth on right wing. They desperately need a top line right wing. So you move Ovi back, keep Ovi on his natural left wing, and you bring in a top first line guy. But if you're not willing to do that, well then fine, bring in a second line right wing. But they didn't do that. So they went and they got Curtis Glencross, natural left winger. Now, I'm not saying that they shouldn't have brought the guy in. That's fine. Hey, it's always good to bring in that experience and all of that happy stuff, even though he only's played 6 playoff games. But regardless, physical
Same as
player.
Holyoke did, though.
Yeah, hey, physical player. He's a physical player. You know, he's got a decent scoring touch, goes hard to the net, hits, bangs, crash, all that good stuff. Great. But, you know, you're still left with that problem on the right side. And I'm sorry, it didn't, you made a move to bolster your lineup, I'll give you that, but it didn't address your needs. And as far as the Flames were concerned, they didn't need to make this deal for more picks. They really didn't. They needed to bring in a player to help them now. Okay? I understand that Brad Treliving did not want to give up picks, his top picks or his top prospects or his young players for a quick fix. Totally get that. I would have been among those with pitchforks and torches ready to burn down his village for doing that. I would have been furious with him if he had done that. But here was a guy you could have traded, and you could have at least tried to shop around and try to bring in a roster player to help you. Okay? Now maybe that deal wasn't there, but you know, I just say that it didn't address the Flames' immediate needs. You know, they said they were looking for depth. They were looking to get bigger up front. There had to have been some options. I mean, you know, like I said. So, but anyway, I also think too, to be fair to Treliving, I mean, you know, Glenn Cross had a full no trade clause, then the lingering hangovers from the Sutter years. So that kind of limited his options of where he could send him. But in terms of both teams addressing specific needs, no, this deal didn't do that.
Yeah, like I said, I'm more upset Jack Hillen got traded. I like Jack Hillen. And for a rental like Tim Gleason, I don't like Gleason's game at all.
I like what Ron Francis did with the Hurricanes.
Actually. Oh no, he did.
I like the moves he did for a rookie GM in his first trade deadline. These were his first real moves that he did. I thought he did pretty good.
I've apparently been listening to Lyle for too many years at this point because on Sunday night at 7:40 p.m. I may or may not have been drinking a little bit, but I just put on Twitter, can Glenn Cross play right wing? ? If not, the Caps have done well to get Gleason, but didn't address any needs on offense.
Hey-o!
There it is. There
you go, my friend. Well done.
That for you kids out there, that's how you use Twitter.
Yes, that's how you use Twitter. You can get your point across without being a douchebag.
You know, you talk about Francis. Don Maloney had himself a trade deadline too.
Man.
Holy, did he make the Coyotes better or what? Anthony Duclair and John Moose from the Rangers for Yandel and Summers, and then one of the diamonds in the rough in defense, Klaus Dahlbeck from the Blackhawks in the Vermette deal. So I mean, overall, like, and if they get either. Odds are they're probably going to get. They might get McDavid or Eichel. That's a hell of a front line. If you get Eichel or Domi, Duclair, McDavid, holy jeez.
Oh yeah. All they need to do now is get a decent goaltender and get themselves out of the Mike Smith thing. You know. But yeah, Don Maloney, that was textbook. If you're going to blow up a roster, okay, and build over, use that as a template, future GMs. That is how it's done. And as far as the Yandel deal for the Rangers, helps them this year, helps them next year. They're going for it. They're all in for this year, next year, and I get that. Whew, though. 3 straight years.
Played well with them when he was up there too.
3 straight years without a first-round pick because they traded away next year's too in that match. I mean, oh man. Now, granted, yes, it won't be a high pick, but who cares? I love when people go, it's not a high pick in the first round. Who cares? It's like the top 30. The top 30. Odds are pretty damn good you're going to get a good player if you're picking 20th overall, 25th overall, 27th, 28th, 29th, 30th. Who cares? You're still going to get one of the top 30 prospects in the world. So your odds are pretty good. You might get at least, if not a superstar, a good second-line player, a good second-pairing defenseman. And maybe you will get a superstar out of it. So your odds are a hell of a lot better. So, man, load up on the first rounders. I love when I hear people say, oh, yeah, you got a first-round pick, but it's going to be 27th overall. Who cares? Jesus, come on. It's a extra first-round pick.
Yeah.
And you can use it as a trade chip, too. There's some team. Listen, wouldn't surprise me in the least if Don Maloney goes to that draft and he's got how many first-round picks he got now? I mean, he's not going to move his own. Did he get 2? Did he get 2 other ones in this deal? Or just 1 extra one this year?
I think it's just 1 extra one.
He can turn around and he can flog that pick to a team.
In the Vermette deal, yeah.
Yeah, he can take the Blackhawks first-round pick, and he can turn around and he can trade that, okay, to a team that doesn't have a first-round pick, and he might be able to land himself a good prospect with it, okay? Somebody that's a year or 2 ahead in development that's looking really good. So it would not surprise me if he used that pick as a trade chip at the draft.
Also, Maxim Latunov as well.
Yes.
One of the most highly touted kids in the USHL, going to Boston U, I think.
Yep.
next year, and then he's a stud. So they got 2 diamonds in the rough with Latunov and Dahlbeck. So Don Maloney and his scouting staff deserves a nice little
Oh
raise.
man, and let's not forget.
Yeah.
I mean, let's not forget Duclair and Domi. They were 2/3 of the same line on Team Canada, and they played at the World Juniors, and they were fantastic together. So now you've got Duclair and Domi are going to be reunited next year for sure. That's happening. Now, if they get McDavid or Eichel, oh my God, that is just going to be nuts.
Yeah,
I'm going to tell you. I'm coming right out, and I know it's going to piss off some people in Edmonton and Buffalo, but I'm sorry. I want to see the Coyotes get the first overall pick. I'm pulling for them. I really am.
Hey, you know what? I want to see the Carolina Hurricanes get the 2nd pick.
Oh, that would be sweet too.
Oh, I would love
that. Would be sweet too. Yes, it would. Yes,
I think
it would.
if you're the worst team, you can't drop less than 2nd, right?
No, you can't. If you have the absolute worst record, you go no lower than 2nd.
And that's why the Buffalo Sabres got rid of everybody.
Yeah.
Torrey Mitchell, peace out. Chris Stewart, peace out. Michael Neuver, peace out. I am going out of here.
But
Brian Flynn was the first guy to start this exodus.
Yeah. Brian Flynn and Torrey Mitchell. I loved a tweet that I saw from Dave Stubbs of the Montreal Gazette when the Habs acquired Torrey Mitchell and Brian Flynn. It was like, or no, it wasn't Dave Stubbs. It was our pal Joe Yerdon who tweeted this. He said, well, if you can't beat the Sabres, trade for their hardest working players, because Montreal hasn't beaten the Sabres all year. And Mitchell and Flynn were thorns in Montreal's side all season long. So,
listen. You know what? I'm just gonna talk. If you guys don't mind, give me a second here.
Go ahead, man.
Just for Marc Bergevin. No, Marc Bergevin and Tim Murray. Couldn't you have guys done this in one shot, not had to drag it out? Like, I mean, you guys were on just traded. Like, why does this have to be 2 separate deals? Like, I understand you got to buff the numbers a little bit, but why make it one deal? We're all happy. We're all happy that way.
I can explain to you. I actually know why, Scott. I know why. Is because Bergevin wanted Mitchell too. Okay, but Murray had a couple of. I don't know if it was a couple, but he did have another call on for Mitchell. At least that's what I had heard about it. Was that because I was like, well, okay, you went back to and got Mitchell later in the day, but why didn't you do this all in one shot? And that's what it was explained to me was. Murray had another call, so he said, listen, if this doesn't work out, I'll get back to you, and then we can do this thing, and that's how it happened. So
it was Don Maloney trying to acquire the first-round pick. It's really odd happening.
But, man, like I said, though, I am so stoked for the Arizona Coyotes. I got to tell you, I honestly am. They're at the point right now where the Washington Capitals were 10 years ago, where the Pittsburgh Penguins were 10 years ago. Yeah, you've hit rock bottom. You're having trouble drawing fans are but there is just some fantastic talent. And they've got some fantastic talent already on the team. Oliver Ekman-Larsson, Marty Hansel, Michael Bodker. I mean, there's some good young talent on that team. Their defense is already deep enough as it is in young talent,
Hansel's so hot right now.
These guys, I'm telling you, this team is going to be, if they do this right, and I think with Don Maloney there, they're going to do it right. 5 years' time, these guys could be a powerhouse or poised to be. And I know people are going to laugh and go, oh, yeah, right. Yeah, people were laughing at the Capitals and the Penguins too 10 years ago, remember? Everybody was laughing. What a laughing stock they were. You had idiots like our buddy Larry Brooks of the New York Post said in 2006, Alexander Ovechkin's wasting his talent in a non-hockey city like Washington. He should be dealt to the Rangers where he could be a star, where he could be maximized as a star. That's true. He started it in 2004, by the time he got done finishing pecking and shooting. But that was the arrogance and the snot that you saw back then, okay? Oh, yeah, OV Star really suffers playing in Washington now, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a shame back then we couldn't get on Twitter and tell him how much of an asshole he was.
Yeah, pretty much. We just had to yell it on Facebook or MySpace.
Yeah. Or Friendster.
Yeah.
Not even Facebook yet. It was really just
MySpace. It wasn't Facebook. It was there was MySpace and there was Friendster. Well, it started with Friendster, then it was MySpace, and then Facebook. Yeah.
Yeah, holy bleep.
But anyway.
The Ducks trading for a lot of injured defensemen there late in the day with James Wisniewski and Kolbinian Holzer going to them. Eric Brewer going to the Leafs for some reason. Rene Bourque and William Karlsson going to the Blue Jackets from that Wisniewski trade, both going to report to Springfield of the AHL.
Mhm.
Also, the one that I guess was interesting to me is the Sven Barchi experiment in Calgary, which was worn out its welcome in a big, big way. It shows how much they value him. They traded him for a 2017 second-round pick. So
Yeah.
2 years down the road, they're going to make up for this pick. But Barchi never got the shot in Calgary, and he's reunited with Travis Green, who was his coach in junior. So
Hopefully he can get hopefully he can get his career turned. He showed so much promise a couple of years ago for the Flames, but for whatever reason it just didn't work out with Hartley and Burke, and hopefully he gets a chance to turn it around. Interesting thing with the Ducks deal, I've been noting for most of the season that they were lacking right-handed shots, and those two defensemen they got Wisniewski and
Holzer.
Thank you. Both of them right-handed shots. So they addressed that need right away. So, yeah, you knew Bob Murray was gonna do that. He was gonna fill that need, and he's done it. So
Lyle, I got a question for you.
Jays.
It's less of a question, more of a statement. Mike
Okay.
Green is still a Capital. Go.
Pardon me? Pardon me?
I said Mike Green is still a Capital. Go.
Yes, he's still a Capital, and I'm not surprised he's still a Capital.
And apparently there's an uproar that he's using a stick that's been discontinued for a decade.
Good for him.
That was a thing that was on a
Go
blog.
old
And
school.
I'm just like, why? What are we doing here, guys?
Go old school. What
the
the
Caps
hell?
not only kept Mike Green, but they also got a defenseman to pair with him.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes, they did.
So
That's
Listen,
like a good fine wine.
I doubt they're going to be able to re-sign him, but you know what? They're willing to go the full distance with this guy and see how far they can get in the playoffs with him. And I don't blame them. I don't blame them. Geez, when you got the depth, why trade it away? Besides, I really don't think they were going to be able to get. If you were going to trade him, you would have had to have been to get yourself that. Top six right wing that we've been talking about for weeks and weeks, and evidently that deal wasn't there. I mean, they were willing to listen. That was out there. They were willing to listen to offers, but there was none coming. So, keep him, ride it out, and even if you lose him to free agency this summer, well, you had a hell of a ride.
Yeah. Two more things before we get to some other thing. One other thing, and then pick up. The Olli Jokinen era in Toronto lasted probably 6.5 minutes. So that was a thing.
Did you enjoy that taste of the Leaf circus there, Ole? Holy crap!
Well, I liked his entrance interview where he just said, "I go into this room and it's already bad vibes." I'm like, he's been here for 2.5 seconds. He knows what's going on in there.
Nice, refreshing honesty there. That was good to see.
He was not long for that locker room.
Can I just say, really quickly, one of my favorite, the only moment I'm going to remember of Olli Jokinen being in a Leafs jersey. Watched the Leafs and Habs game on Saturday, and they highlighted Olli Jokinen and Sergei Gonchar during one of the breaks. They were the two oldest guys, and on both teams, all these years. And they showed this clip of the two, and there's this big scrum behind that, beside the Habs net, and Gonchar kind of, one hand grabs onto Jokinen's sweater, and like you do, Jokinen goes over and grabs onto Gonchar's sweater. Gonchar looks over and he goes, "We're too old for this," and Jokinen goes, "Yeah, we are," and Gonchar goes, "We should quit," and he's just like, "Yeah, let's quit." And they both just turned around and skated away. That was awesome. I loved that. The isolated moment, I was like, yes, that was great. Two veterans are just like, we're too old for this shit. Let the kids.
I still remember dancing Olli Jokinen.
I remember Waffle Olli Jokinen. That was my favorite Olli Jokinen.
I'm just happy that Olli Jokinen got to punch off the Toronto Maple Leafs on his
on his
30-team card.
How many teams is that for Olli now? How many teams?
Let's find out here in a second.
I think the record is what, 12?
Oh, how many did Sillinger have?
Sillinger, was it 12 that Sillinger did? 12 or 13?
Here's my question: Is Sillinger the most guy? I don't know. Let's
I
see.
think Mike Sillinger was.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 teams for Olli Jokinen.
Wow, he's up
10
there. Okay, I've just typed in, and it is Mike Sillinger, the most traded player in NHL history. Traded a record 9 times during his career. 8 of those 9 trades required Sillinger and his family to relocate to a new city in the middle of the season. Despite his nomadic status, he played for a record 12 teams. He still scored 240 goals and 548 points over 1,049 games over 17 NHL seasons. There we are, kids. Mike Sillinger is the record to beat. 12 is the record to beat.
I got 10
That's
teams.
trades.
I got
That's
10
trades.
teams for Olli Jokinen.
That's trades.
Well,
That's trades,
I
though,
said-
not free agency.
Sorry.
Trades.
Mark, I said 10 teams.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
I
did
thought
say
you only
10.
said- I thought you only got to 9.
No, I
No,
said
no,
that.
he said 10.
I added
All right.
those at the
Yeah.
end.
Fair
But
enough.
Joins Olli Jokinen joins Jim Dowd, Michael Petit, JJ Daigneault, and Matthew Schneider for numbers of teams, as they are all with 10
Yep.
in
But-
their fine allegiance. Paul Coffey had 9, so there's that.
Suitcase Sillinger still leads.
Of course,
Most
he
traded
does.
player in NHL history. That's
he
the
has
most
he
that's
has the best game-worn jersey collection ever.
ever. But remember now, that's trades. You don't count free agent signings. It's strictly trades. So
Jen had a great fact that she thinks this is a record. Alan May was traded 5 times on on 5 different trade deadlines.
wow,
Yeah.
wow, that's incredible. Really, I love these nuggets of info that Jen comes up with. She was it a week or 2 weeks ago? She came up with one. Brett Hull had scored over 100 game-winning goals.
That was
She
this
posted
week,
that up. I was just like, wow. There are players who would have loved to have scored just 100 career goals. He scored, was it 106 game-winning goals? I think it was, is what
Yeah.
she said.
Yeah,
I
what a
was like,
selfish
That's
dick, right?
amazing. No,
Oh, no, I can be held liable for that.
no,
Mark,
no,
come on.
no. That's commentary about a player's performance on the ice.
Yes, plus that's fact.
Very good point.
But anyway, but still, I thought that was amazing to me. That just goes to show he's clutch, though. 106 game-winning goals, man. Who do you want to have on the ice when the game's on the line? That's one of them right there.
He's
Right.
out of the crease.
Snipey snipe.
He's still in the crease.
Still in the crease. Still a foot. He did have a foot in the crease. Absolutely. That's still no goal to this day.
Mark Spector did a little article about the most traded man on deadline day in Alan May last year for
Wow.
Sportsnet. So
Alan May, 5 times.
You guys write together underneath of the name Mark Spector?
Yes, we do. Yeah,
Mark
we're both the
Spector's
same
hockey.
guy. Mark Spector.
And the most heartwarming deal of the day, Jordan Leopold going to.
Oh man, that was amazing. At first, I thought that was.
pretty
I
awesome.
thought that was fake when I first saw it. I'm like, oh come on.
fake. Who named their
Shows how cynical I've become in my old age here. Get out of here. That's too sappy. And then then it turns around and it's real, and I'm just like, oh, what a heartwarming story. My God, that was just. Oh, okay. There is still room in my stringy old heart for a bit of warmth.
And
okay.
Lyle's heart grew 3
3 sizes that day. Yes. But that was amazing. That was just wow. Yeah.
We don't have time. Loud. Next week, is there a way we can get deals that didn't happen? Possibly.
We can certainly do that if you want. Yeah.
I'll mark that down.
A lot of it has to do with Leafs, but yeah, we can definitely.
Sure, no,
talk
that's
about
fine.
that. Yeah.
I'm not shocked because we are after the talk and the break and the stuff and the hey and we still have to get the stuff and the all kinds of things and the stuff and we want to have give people something to come back to as if they weren't going to come back to it anyway. Not only a winner in life, Lyle's a winner in the pick.
Hey-o!
The Allen Americans got 15. Mark in second with 13.
Oh,
I'm in third,
you got
12.
that right.
Johnny had 11. For the year, Mark's in last. Sitting pretty in that catbird seat. Johnny next to last. I'm in second. Lyle is in fourth. This week, the Southern Professional Hockey
The
League.
Southern
The
Professional. The special.
special.
I'm special.
Johnny
Now, John,
checks
you're gonna want to go to
2004.
you're gonna want to go to Facebook or you're gonna want to go to Wikipedia on this.
Hold on. No, I'm going to the SPHL Point Streak site.
You mean their website? That's their website, is a Point Street site.
Yeah, so I'm fine.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just riffing on.
There you go. Keep going. We got look at your hat. SPHL. Johnny P's got himself first pick, but when he is ready, we will sit here. The SPHL.
What are the names of the? There we
The
go.
SPHL.com is where you want to be.
SPH. Yep. Oh, yeah.
Wikipedia. Where do you want to go to
Yeah,
figure
don't
out
go to the
what
main
current
website.
teams are?
Don't go to the main website.
Oh, you got to really for real? You got to go to Wikipedia for this?
No,
Well, no, you
John.
don't have to, but I always choose to, so at least I pick a team that exists.
I could have kept going last week. But what are the odds that the two teams that I choose are teams that don't exist?
Pretty good for you.
Pretty good
actually.
odds, yeah.
That
actually.
was- yeah,
right,
All
good
things
for you.
considered.
Yep. I am going to come back to me.
Baby, come back.
Any kind of food, currency. There was something in everything about you. You can blame it all on me. I was wrong.
I'm going to go with because their ticket prices range from $10 to $15.
That's an
$18
outrage. If I were you, I wouldn't pay it.
to $20, and they have a $29 price
Whoa.
range.
Ooh.
I am going to go. I'm guessing that the $29 range is where you get to sit with the pilot because they're the Pensacola Ice Flyers.
Hello.
I was gonna. That's better than what I was gonna say. I was gonna say, ooh, $29. Ooh, you get the seat with the cushion. Ooh.
I do like how the SPHL.
But I like yours better, Johnny.
gives you the ticket prices for each team also.
Yeah. Well,
Please come watch us. We're not expensive. It's a good night out. Come on.
while they do play the Pensacola Ice Pods, who have been slumping, they also play the worst team in the league twice. So I'm going with Sean's favorite team, the Louisiana Ice Gators. Louisiana.
No
Nice.
mention
Ah,
of their
you took
ticket
mine,
prices.
Scotty.
Oh.
Because they play in the Cajun Dome.
They play in the Cajun Dome.
Cajun Dome.
Score some goals.
Cajun.
Follow me. All right, Mark, you were up.
You could have literally chosen 3 other teams that have ice in their name.
I could have. This league is the Ice League because there's
Sorry, 2
Southern.
other teams. Three total. 3 out of 8 teams in
No.
the league.
Ice Flyers, Ice Gators, Ice Bears,
I don't see
And-
Ice Bears in here.
Knoxville. Yeah, Knoxville Ice Bears.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Ice Bears, Ice Gators, Ice Flyers. There's 3.
Yeah.
And then if you want to go, all liquid, the Mississippi River Kings are technically also water-based.
Yes. Yes, they are. Yes,
Correct.
they are.
And
They're
Peoria
technically
Rivermen.
also
And
water-based.
yes, the Peoria Rivermen as well. So
Yes. And the Columbus Cottonmouths because they're a snake and they live in water.
fair enough. Fair enough.
Okay, I'm gonna go-
And if you get trapped in swirling water, that can create some havoc.
Perfect. Love it.
Well,
And
I was-
also Mayhem, but they don't play till next year.
Yeah.
See, I was gonna go with the only thing that is an intangible object, and I was gonna go with the Huntsville Havoc. That's the only intangible thing. I mean, the,
Mark-
other, things,
Mark
the other
is-
things might not exist.
Mark is the
But at
Buffalo
least they're
Sabres of
things.
the Pick'em, as he is in Tank Nation right now.
Oh,
Tank
Mark is in
Nation.
Tank Nation.
I knew it. You are taken so that you don't have to pick a team.
I don't know what you're
Hold on,
talking about.
Here's the thing. I will reveal this to you. The Huntsville Havoc have 6 wins on the season.
They're the
92
Huntsville Halloween Havoc.
The
Yeah.
92 goals on the season in 44 games.
Wow.
They are the only team eliminated from the playoffs.
Okay, I call Tank. I call Tank on that. I'm calling
Tank.
Chuck Hughes.
The
Chuck
head
Hughes.
coach of the Huntsville Havoc takes that to heart, my friend.
He takes
Glenn DeTulio is going to come find you for those comments.
I'm sure he will.
Where does the Havoc play?
They play in the Van Braun Center.
Van Braun.
It's a nice arena. That's a nice
Very
arena.
manly.
Is it? Is it really?
Van
Is it?
Braun.
Like, seriously, is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Is it what? Yeah.
A nice arena.
Is it what?
Oh,
It's a
I
nice
don't know.
arena.
It was built in 2004, I think.
Well, then it must be a nice arena if it was built. 10
Sorry,
years.
it was built in 19. Oh no.
1909.
Oh, sorry.
No,
that's
it was
where-
built
that's
in
where the,
1975.
for-
Sorry
Oh
about
well, then it's probably not so nice.
Well, that's where the University of Alabama Huntsville plays, so they have to have a nice facility for NCAA.
that. It can hold 6,600 people for hockey.
I'm not going to lie to you. I hope Augusta gets a team so they can play in the James Brown Arena again.
Do you want to know real quick, and then it'll be Lyle's turn to pick a team. There are
do James
currently
Brown
7
anymore.
tenants for the Van Braun Center.
I just love the name. Van
Huntsville
Braun.
Havoc,
Mhm.
the UAH Chargers,
Yeah.
the Huntsville Fire. Well, those aren't current. The Alabama Vipers in the AFL, also not current. But the two that are still current, the Dixie Derby Girls,
Perfect.
and the
Yay!
Alabama Hammers.
There you go. There you go. I like the name. I like the sound of that name. That name sounds like something you can hang off your tool belt. I like
What
the
sport
sound.
is the Alabama Hammers?
The Alabama Hammers play professional indoor football.
Beautiful.
Or it could also be the name of a porn.
It's the pork that consists of bacon, Canadian bacon, and pork, right?
All right.
And you know by the lead actor, C. Hamilton Thunder Penis.
Weird. Leading scorer, ladies.
Interesting.
Go! Get up! Yeah! Team! Wow!
Too high in the hot tub. Rub it up. I used to be able to do that high. I can't do that high. I can't hit it anymore. I used to be able to hit
Because
that
you
high
hit
note.
puberty.
Yes, I hit puberty and I can't hit that high note. No, when you get older, actually, you can't hit the high notes anymore.
Oh.
When you hit middle age,
That's
my
Paul
friend, you
McCartney.
drop an octave. Yeah, big time. Ooh, that was scary on Saturday Night Live. Oh, don't try and hit those high notes anymore, Paul. You can't do it anymore, my friend. Don't do it.
Dan High Note.
Dan High Note. Yes, you can hit Dan High Note all you want, but because he will hit you back. There you go.
You are on.
I'm up.
You are up.
All right.
Jump back! Well, kick myself! Hey! The ball no more.
Come with the thumb with them.
No one left. Alright. Alright.
Is that Louis Anderson doing James
Jump
Brown?
on! Jump on! People go sit. Jump back!
That's Eddie Murphy doing James Brown.
It's like a sex machine. Top 5 answers on the board.
See, I can do the lower register, James Brown.
The people said, jump back! Oh, kick myself! Hey!
But
No,
I
you
can't.
can can do Eddie Murphy doing an impression.
That's what I mean. Yes, that's what I mean. To hell with it. I'm gonna take the Peoria. No, I'm not. I'm gonna take the. No, yeah, I am. I'm gonna take the Peoria Rolling on the Rivermen.
Oh, I like that.
Nice.
Nice little Tina Turner ref. And CCR ref.
Rolling, rolling on the river.
Get on up. Hit me. 5 answers on the board. Get up.
What would happen if Louis Anderson and Louis Armstrong were to tour together? Scotty was in his one-man show. You have to see to believe.
Food of yellow. Probably mustard. 5 answers. Let's play the feud.
Hey, Lyle.
Yes, sir.
Before you go, what is Whitney Houston's favorite form of coordination?
I think this is too soon already.
Oh dear. Okay, I'll
I think
play.
This is too soon already.
What is Whitney Houston's favorite form of coordination?
And I.
Oh.
You know what? Hold on.
Ah, yeah.
Hold
I
on.
will kick
Hold on.
that.
Standing ovation.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Standing
Yeah.
ovation.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness
Yeah.
gracious. Oh, my
Absolutely.
goodness gracious. Look
Give it
at
up.
this.
See Hamilton Thunder Penis right there. There you go.
You know what?
That was well played, sir. Well
I
done.
thought it
Thank
was
you.
going to be face down in the tub joke, but here we are.
Oh no, he took it in definitely a much better but very funny place. So that is an art form, my friend. There is a future for you in this
funny
business.
place.
That's what she said. Hey-o!
Hey, Lyle can't hit the high notes, but we're leaving on one. Lyle, thanks for all honor.
It was
we will-
my pleasure, guys. Always a
Talk to you next
pleasure.
week, boss.
Talk to you next week, guys. Take care.
There he goes. Law Richardson.
Whew.
Mark's Whitney Houston joke makes the docket.
I have to give full credit on that to Ryan Kirby. I don't know where he
Nope,
got it
no,
from.
you don't. You can
He
steal
told
it. I've stole half my material.
Yeah,
Scotty's
he's not on the
my-
show.
Exactly. My real name is not even here.
My real name is not even here.
You heard me. All right. Shout outs, Johnny Pay.
I am going to give a shout out to all of the snow that we're getting tonight.
All the snows.
Oh, it's going to be awesome.
Winter is coming.
I'm going to be able to get the shows up tomorrow because I'm going to be working from home.
Nice.
I mean, I hope so. It sure as hell better snow tonight. What else? I have a shout out to. I forgot to bring my jersey. Oh well, next week. I got a jersey from Italy, straight from Milan.
Nice.
So I will show that off next week on the show. And I have a shout out to Stoke City. They're up to 8th in the EPL table right now. Go on, Stoke City. And Peter Crouch. Peter Crouch is the man.
And Victor Moses.
And Victor Moses also, Mark says.
Delivering you to the promised land.
Yes, it's true.
Beautiful.
And I will give a shout out to Mark and I, who are simultaneously tanking to find it to try and get the first pick for next year's draft.
Yes. Perfect. I don't know if it's.
Is that how that works?
I think so. For you get the first overall pick next year for the pick'em. I think. I don't know.
No. In our EPL league, Mark
Oh.
is last, and I am second to last.
Oh, perfect. Good
Yeah,
work.
that's how this works.
Jennifer
Transfer
Hewitt just
window.
got the crap kicked out of her.
Why?
It's Criminal Minds.
She's all that though.
What is it?
That's not even the right person.
No. That was,
It is Jennifer Love Hewitt. She's on Criminal Minds now.
Hey.
No. I was wrong. I meant
Yeah, that was Rachel Lee Cook who was in.
there was another girl that had 3 names.
Yeah, Rachel Lee Cook.
All right.
She was also in Josie and the Pussycats.
Huh. I'm out.
All right, Mark.
The criminals just took over the jail.
You mean the inmates are running the asylum?
Yes, that's what I was going for.
There it is.
Shout out to the snow. Shout out to Brittany for putting up with the show all this time.
Okay.
She's sitting right there watching Criminal Minds.
Okay.
Shout out to Whitney Houston.
Yeah.
Pour one out for Whitney Houston.
That's what got her in that trouble in the first place.
And that's it.
All right. All right, my turn. Shout out to Unseasonable Warmth. Shout out to Bowling. Shout out to Mr. Mike's Airdrie for the fun times that we had there. They renovated their whole place. It looks fantastic. Go check it out.
Was it called the Cow Palace?
No, but it almost looks like the Cow Palace now. They got a little door from the bar into the bath. It's great. It's gonna be fantastic.
That's good. They renovated the Cow Palace.
Exactly. That's the story. We're sticking to it. All right, that's it. That's all. We've kept you long enough in a couple of parts. So for Johnny P. Mark with a C, I'm Scotty Watts. Take care of yourself and someone else. Been Face Off Hockey Show on faceoffhockeyshow.com.
What has it been?
I almost said Farm Report. It's the other show I do on Sunday, so check us out then. Remember, hey, set your clocks ahead. 1 hour. We spring forward this
You don't
week.
tell me what to do.
Okay, well, the phone company will do it automatically for you because it's satellite. Yeah, check us out next Wednesday when we'll talk about players who didn't get traded and dive into more of this craziness that we call life and pizza shows that were never existing. All right, that's it. That's all. Till next week. Peace.